Hello there, I'm Peggy McColl, and I want to welcome you back to the Manifestation Podcast. This episode is going to be focused on one of the most powerful ideas that I've ever discovered, and that can absolutely change your life for the better when you use it effectively. So, what is this concept? What is this idea that can change your life for the better? That has changed my life for the better? It's the idea of you living from your goal. What does that really mean to live from your goal? It means that in your imagination, you are actively imagining and feeling the emotions as if you have already accomplished the goal, or as if you're already living the dream life. I'm going to read something to you that is from Neville Goddard, and then I'm going to share with you a story, an example of how I utilize this myself. So Neville Goddard, who wrote a fabulous book called The Power of Awareness, suggests that you think from your goal. Now, here's what he says, and I'm going to give you a more detailed explanation. Neville Goddard says, think from your goal is the instruction to simply achieve your every objective. You see, imagination puts us inwardly in touch with the world of states. These states are existent. They are present now, but they are mere possibilities when we think of them. But they become overpoweringly real when we think from them and dwell in them. You know, there is a wide difference between thinking of what you want in this world and thinking from what you want. Let me repeat that last statement. You know, there is a wide difference between thinking of what you want in this world and thinking from what you want. And let me tell you what the difference is. The difference is the achievers. The difference is those that are actually accomplishing their goals, and they're doing it consistently, goal after goal after goal. But I know that when you really grasp this concept, when you have it be a part of your everyday, this is where magic really occurs. So let's dissect this a little further. And I'm going to give you an example of how I've used this in numerous cases with many, many goals. So when Neville Goddard says, think from your goal is the instruction to simply achieve your every objective. What does he mean? Any goal that you have, any goal that you would love, anything that you'd love to have in your life, you can think as if you already have it, and it is the way to achieve your goal. So it's every objective. That's what he says, every objective. So any goal, any dream that you have. Then he goes on to say, you see, imagination, okay, think about that for a moment. Imagination puts us inwardly in touch with the world of states. What does that mean? It means that when you imagine in your mind, so I'll give you an example. A number of years ago, I had a desire to own a waterfront property in addition to our home. Now, my husband wasn't really keen on that idea in the beginning, but in my imagination, I saw him not only keen on it, but I saw us really enjoying our waterfront home, and that we were both loving it and sharing it and enjoying it with our family and friends. So when Neville Goddard says imagination, see, I was imagining in my mind long before we went and bought a place. And he says, imagination puts us inwardly, so within, in touch with our world of states. What is the world of states? Well, the world of states are your emotions. A state is an emotional feeling. So what would you feel? This is important to write down, by the way. What would you feel were you in possession of the goods that you desire? What would you be feeling? Well, you'd be feeling grateful, perhaps. You'd be feeling happy. You'd be feeling playful. You'd be feeling relieved. Who knows, whatever that is. So as we're using the example, as I walk you through this statement from Neville Goddard, so I imagine what I would be feeling is relaxed, sitting beside the water, watching the sunset in front of us, hearing the waves, rush against the shore, or being out on our boat on the lake, seeing my grandson there, enjoying it, like really feeling what it felt like to be there, having campfires at night, roasting marshmallows on the campfire, sharing it with our family and our friends. But I saw it. So what was I feeling? I was feeling relaxed. I was feeling happy. I was feeling grateful. I was feeling fun. It was just, those are the states that I felt. Then Neville goes on to say, these states are existent. They are present now, but they are mere possibilities while we think of them. So having whatever it is that you desire in your life is possible for you. It's existent. It's already there. It's like you may have heard the words that every possible outcome is available, right? So it's there now. It's possible. It was possible for us to own this waterfront place. It was existent in the universe as a reality, but it's only a mere possibility if you think of it. In other words, you're hoping or wishing or, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have that? But you don't feel as if it's yours now. That's thinking of it. Then he goes on to say, Neville says, but they become overpoweringly real when we think from them and dwell in them. That's really important right there. This is where I see a lot of people messing up. This is where I see a lot of people who don't accomplish their goals because they might take a moment. They may even be involved in one of my guided imagery exercises where I'll have people think about what they love, close their eyes, and imagine it's in their life right now. And they'll do it. Sure, they do. You may have heard me do it. You may have been involved in one of my events where I've done that before. But do you dwell in it? What does it mean to dwell in it? It means that you wake up every day feeling the gratitude or feeling the love, feeling the joy, feeling the harmony, feeling whatever it is that you would be feeling, knowing that what you desire is already here right now. All right. What is here right now in your life? You dwell in it. Hence the reason for a power life script. Because when you write a detailed description of the life that you desire to live and you listen to it over and over again, you're dwelling in it. Whether you're doing visualization every day, you're dwelling in it. Whether you're writing your affirmation every single day or saying affirmations, you're dwelling in it. That's what you want to be doing. You want to be dwelling in it every single day. Neville Goddard wraps this up by saying, there is a wide difference between thinking of what you want in this world and thinking from what you want. So you want to be in the place of only thinking from what it is that you desire. So how are you going to do that? Can you do it with many goals? Can you do it with one goal? Can you do it with a couple goals? Absolutely. You have the power to create anything that you desire. So it really starts with thinking about, what would I love? What would I love to have in my life? How would I love to be living in my life right now? And not allowing any paradigms to stop you from really connecting to desired outcomes, to the things that you'd really, really, really love to have. So where have I personally used this in my life? I have personally used this technique of thinking from my goal with purchasing many dream homes. I've purchased many properties. I've used it to attract my husband into my life many years ago. I imagine that I was already in a very happy, healthy, loving, committed relationship. I felt it like to my core. And Denny wasn't even in my life at that time. And then one day I went out walking my dog and I met him. He had a dog at the time and his dog was on his front lawn and my dog saw his dog. And of course, dogs are very friendly and they go and they connect with each other. And so did we. And then we started dating a short while after that. And now we're happily married and have been happily married for many, many years. But this is how I attracted him into my life. Same thing with my business, like how I continue to enjoy business is because I see it as I choose for it to be. And that's what you want to do. You want to see every part of your life as you choose for it to be, including your finances. I've used this for my books. I have 19 books out there in the world, been on the New York Times bestseller list. But prior to getting on the New York Times bestseller list, not only did I think from I was a New York Times bestselling author, but I dwelled in it. So I want you to do the work. This is fun work, by the way, really, really fun work. Now, the challenge that many people have, and you may have as well, I know I had this challenge as well, is get out of your own way. And by creating the new disciplines and new habits that absolutely will not only put you in harmony with what you desire, but keep you there. And that expression of being in harmony with your desire, what does that really mean? What that really means is that you're thinking from your goal. You're thinking from your goal. Now, a number of people have financial goals. I have a financial goal. So let's talk about, how do you think from your goal when you have a financial goal? Well, all of this is rather easy, by the way. And I believe that when you believe it's easy, you will create it to be easy. So if we're thinking about a financial goal, let's say it's an income goal, and you're looking to earn a certain amount of money, any amount of money. And how much money? Well, what would you love to be earning? Would you love to be earning $10 million this year or next year? What would you love annually? What would you love to be earning? All right, now pick a number. Okay, maybe you like that number that I just threw out, $10 million. Maybe you want a bigger number, 50 million, whatever. It doesn't even matter what the number is. And it doesn't even matter what you've earned in the past. Just pick a number. And the number that you choose is the amount that you would love to be earning, like really love to be earning. You don't have to know how. That's the great news in all of manifesting, is you don't have to know how. Just decide what you would love. So let's say you chose that $10 million number. And to think from the goal and to dwell in it means that every day you're actively utilizing your imagination and feeling as if in your heart that you're already earning $10 million. Now, if you were in the country that I live in, your taxes would be rather high. I mean, it's neither high nor low, only thinking makes it so. And so let's say you're living in a tax bracket where you're paying taxes of around, we'll just round it off, 50%. So what does that mean? It means you net $5 million. So if you're netting $5 million, and you can do this with a calculator, by the way. So you can get your calculator out. And if you're looking at, okay, so if you are netting $5 million and you're spreading that out over the year, because it's your annual income, you would be earning a monthly income of $416,666.67 $416,666.67. Okay, that's your take-home pay. That's your cleared taxes are paid. That's your take-home pay. Now, if you're earning that kind of money, what's happening with that every month? Are you investing it? Are you donating part of it? Are you purchasing some things? Are you socking some away in some kind of a retirement plan? What are you doing with it? So while you're thinking of that, then you go to the place of, now I'm living that. I'm living that. I'm earning that kind of money. And you're thinking from the goal, imagining that you're setting up maybe some trust funds, or maybe you don't want to pay that kind of tax and you're setting up some other strategic ways. Maybe you hire yourself a tax accountant, or you're looking for all these unique ways. Well, you would be doing it now, like doing research, like to find out how to best invest your money, or where the best investments are, or rates of return, or whether you're looking for legal and strategic ways of perhaps paying less tax. Well, you can do the research now. And when you are doing the research, it means you're acting as if you've already accomplished that task, right? You're imagining. So all of this living from the end and dwelling in it, dwelling in your ideal life, is happening where? It's happening here in your imagination. Now I'm pointing to my head. I'm pointing to my head saying it's happening here, but it's a full body experience. And the reason why it's a full body experience is because when you're really thinking and feeling from your goal, you're feeling the emotions, and whatever emotions you're feeling puts you in what's called a vibratory rate, because you're expressing energy. That's what your emotions are. They're being expressed. And then you will draw to you everything requisite for the fulfillment of your desire. And it works every time with everyone. It's natural laws. You're really working in harmony with the laws of the universe. That's what you're doing. So you want to be involved in this every single day. This isn't a once in a while thing. This isn't just listening to a short podcast and going, oh, yeah, this sounds like a really great idea. And you're connecting with your dream life for a few moments. I want to invite you to take your life very seriously because your great, grand, and wonderful life is absolutely waiting for you. And I know it's possible for you. And I know that I can help you as well. And if you want to work with me in greater detail, well, there's many ways that you can do that. Just check out peggymccall.com. And the reason why I say that is because I know that I would not be enjoying the success that I'm enjoying today if I hadn't committed to the study, if I hadn't got involved with having a phenomenal mentor, a success coach, if you will, that guided me to create and continues to continue to create even better and better and greater and grander results. Because there's so much potential that's locked up within you. And if you just recognize that, and if you just take the steps and you just make a decision that you're going to choose to have a happy life, choose to have a fulfilling future, but you choose it now and you live from it now. And everything that you desire, you feel as if now it's in your life. And you do that, and you're going to make magic in your life. Years ago, I heard this quote: magic is the opposite of life. With magic, when you know how it works, the magic disappears. But with life, when you know how it works, the magic begins. So begin the magic today. Take the steps today to really heed what I'm sharing with you in this podcast and follow through. And if you are someone who would really like to have a quantum leap in your results, check out skippinglevels.com. That's a program that I have for the serious students, for those that are absolutely committed to creating phenomenal results, to experience skipping levels, to take their annual income and make it their monthly income, or more than that, because it's all possible. And not only is it possible, it's possible for you. So take a look at that now, follow through, and I know you're going to be very glad that you did. So that's a wrap for this podcast. I want to welcome you to share this with your friends, especially those that you care about, and leave us a 5-star review if you've loved this podcast. As always, it is my pleasure to serve you. I'll see you again in the next Manifestation podcast.